We're back, you guys, and it's time to read Chapter 4. I'm so excited. I actually haven't read ahead, so this is all new for me as well, so I'm pretty excited. Let's get started. Chapter 4, Beyond the Fence. Once the house disappears from view, I relax. The thought that I might get into trouble is still there, but I've decided it's all the more reason to enjoy every moment while I can. What's a bothy? I finally ask. A shelter for walkers. Usually they're little huts left open for anyone to use, but the one we're going to is a cave in the side of the mountain. Why are you restocking it? My father is a teacher. He's bringing some children up here tomorrow on a field trip, so he asked me to drop off some supplies. Benjamin turns to me and smiles. It's just another excuse to keep me busy, really. Does he teach you at school? Yes. That's one of the reasons I don't fit in there. Really? Why? Benjamin shrugs. Some of the children don't want to be friends with the teacher's son. My eyebrows knit together. There are so many things I don't understand about the living. Jack flaps out of the mist, and I suddenly feel very glad that he's with me. What are the other reasons you don't fit in? I ask. Most of the boys spend all their time talking about or playing soccer. And you don't like soccer? I glance up at the view takes my breath away. We're crossing a boulder field so deep in mist it looks like the rocks are floating on a cloud. No, not really. I like drawing. Benjamin hops from one rock to the next, and his footfalls echo with a strange, sonorous clicking. They call this place Hollow Stones, he says, because of the noises the rocks make when you walk over them. I jump up onto a wobbly boulder and shift my weight back and forth. It's like music. I can't believe this place is so close to the house, and I might have never come here. The sounds bounce around inside me as I wonder what else I've missed out on because, well, I'm not supposed to go beyond the fence. The thought makes me feel hollow, like the stones. Benjamin reaches back and offers me a hand. I could jump the gap to the next boulder easily, but I wrap my fingers around his and beam as he pulls me into him. What do you like to draw? I ask. Birds, mostly. He looks down, and I notice his ears have turned pink. I guess that's another reason I don't really fit in. There aren't many 12-year-old bird watchers at school. Sometimes I get teased about it. Well, I love birds. I hold my arm out, and Jack swoops down, landing on it heavily. Benjamin looks up and smiles. He's brilliant. Yeah, I nod. He is. The boulder field ends abruptly. We step onto a gravelly slope and walk slowly up the hill. I can see the cave mouth now, a low, wide scar in the cliff ahead. It's a bit of a scramble climbing up onto it, and by the time we reach the cave, my legs are aching and my hands feel weird, all cold and numb from pulling myself up on the icy rocks. But as I stand next to Benjamin and look at the view, unbarred by a skeleton fence, I feel incredible, like I could do anything. Shall I make a fire? Benjamin suggests, lifting his rucksack from his shoulders. There'll be some tea in here. I can do that, I offer. I build fires at home all the time. The cave smells of damp, sweaty rocks, but I don't care. It feels so good to be somewhere real, live, living people go, and to be here with a real, live, living person. I bounce to the back corner, which is filled with interesting things. Someone has built a low wooden platform, I guess to sit on or lie down on, and a small log burner is nestled nearby, with a chimney pushing its way up through the rocks. Logs are stacked neatly beside it, and a few saucepans and enamel bowls are balanced on a rock. Building the fire is easy. Kindling is already prepared, sticks are already cut, and the logs are dry. In only a few minutes, flames are dancing in the burner, and warmth is sweeping through the cave. Good fire. Benjamin warms his hands, and I smile. What will they do on the field trip tomorrow? I try to imagine what lessons you could have up on a mountain, and what it would be like to come up here with a whole group of children. It must be so fun. I think they're studying the rocks. Benjamin lifts a folder out of his rucksack and passes it to me. All my father's worksheets are in there. He pulls out an assortment of other things, tape measures, balls of string, and tiny magnifying glasses, and stacks them neatly into a box in the corner. I flick through the papers as Benjamin makes tea, but they don't make much sense. I wish I could come up here tomorrow and see for myself what the children will be doing. Sandwich? Benjamin unwraps a small parcel and offers it to me. The bread is perfectly white and square, not like Baba's homemade bread at all. Benjamin shows me how to stuff my sandwich with thin, crispy potatoes so it crunches when I squash it. Good, isn't it? I nod, breaking a crust off for Jack. Does he follow you everywhere? Pretty much. I stroke the soft feathers on Jack's chest and give him another piece of bread. He tucks it into my sock and tugs on my bootlaces. He's always hiding food for later, I explain. I think it must be an instinct. He shares food too and loves to play. He likes rolling and sliding and swinging on branches. Sometimes I make puzzles for him, using sticks and bits of string. Thinking about this makes my heart ache. I love playing with Jack, and when I was younger, I used to love playing with the house too, but I've always wanted to play games with a real person, someone my own age. Baba can be fun, but she's too full of aching bones to run any races or play ball games. I'm going to draw him. Benjamin pulls a tin of pencils and a thick sketch pad from his rucksack. Can I see your pictures? I ask, leaning over to look at the doodles on the cover. Benjamin's ears turn pink again, but he passes his sketch pad over. It's full of drawings of birds, wildlife, and farm animals, all in perfect detail. These are amazing. I turn a page to find a half-finished portrait of a woman with long, straight hair and friendly eyes like his. That's my mother. He reaches for the pad. I've been drawing her from a photograph. He turns the page and takes a pencil from his tin. Can I sketch you too? I don't get the chance to practice drawing people very often. I'm not sure where to look, so I carry on feeding Jack pieces of bread as Benjamin's pencil whispers across the paper. He tells me how he wants to study art, to be an artist when he grows up. I wish I could choose what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wish it so much that it hurts deep down inside my chest. Do you believe in destiny? I blurt out. I don't know. Do you? I look up out of the cave and take a deep breath. All my life, I've been told I have a destiny. I want to believe that I can escape it or change it somehow, but I don't know how to explain that to Benjamin. I'm still deciding how to answer when Benjamin puts down his pencil, looks from me to the paper, and then passes me the pad. I stare at the girl on the page, curly hair and a freckled nose, smiling as she feeds crumbs to a proud jackdaw on the floor. It's strange seeing myself through someone else's eyes. It makes me feel more real somehow. You've captured Jack perfectly, and I look at my eyes in the picture. Although I'm smiling, my eyes look sad. Maybe Benjamin meant to draw them like that. Maybe not, but either way, I think he has captured me perfectly too. You draw brilliantly. Thank you. Benjamin slides the sketch pad into his rucksack. I'll do some more work on it tonight. Then you can have it if you like. Would you like to come into town with me tomorrow? I could show you around. My heart stops. I want more than anything to go into that little town by the lake, but how can I? Anger burns through me. It's not fair. The house and Baba making me stay inside the fence. What could possibly be so bad about a trip into town with a friend? Yes, I say firmly. I'll come. I'm not sure how, but I will. Because if I let this opportunity to experience friendship and life beyond the fence slip away, I think my heart will shatter into 1,000 pieces. The air is cold as we walk back across hollow stones, but my skin feels so hot and itchy. My mind is whirring with ideas for escape that fall apart the moment I try to grasp them. Benjamin stays with me until the house is in sight. It's in the same position as when I left. And it still looks asleep. A smile twitches in the corner of my mouth with the thought that I might have gotten away without being missed. We agree to meet the next day. Benjamin tells me he hasn't asked his father about the lamb yet, so I tell him I'm happy to keep him for another night. As I creep back inside the fence, everything seems perfect. I think of my mother on her midnight gondola and how breaking the rules can lead to wonderful things. Today was fantastic, and tomorrow's going to be so much better. Warmth hits me as I open the front door. Bubba is still in bed, and the house is quiet. Even the lamb is still asleep in my room, his head resting on a mossy mound. I sink into my mattress and smile. Then a squeal of excitement bursts through me, and I have to stifle it with a pillow. I can't believe this is happening. It's like the stars have watched my daydreams and are making my wishes come true. I close my eyes and drift off to sleep, hoping they can change my destiny as well. It seems like 2 minutes later I'm woken by the rattle of bones. But it's almost dark outside, so I must have slept the day away. I sit up and peer through the window. The fence trembles and sways in a rush of air, and a cold wave of dread rolls over me. A great gust shakes the skulls and bones free, and with a heart-wrenching clatter, they fly, roll, and run into the skeleton store, drawn in by a great breath from the house. The store slams shut, and the house lurches suddenly upward. No! I shout, jumping out of bed and stumbling over the mossy fort. The lamb bleats loudly, bolts over his fence, and goes skidding across the floor. Jack flaps up from his perch on the footboard of my bed and flies around the room squawking, but the house is calm, already walking in long, tumbling strides. No, no, no! I fling open my bedroom door. Make it stop, Bubba, please! Bubba appears in front of me, thin, wispy hair floating around her head like a halo. What is it? What's wrong? Make it stop! I scream, tears flooding down my cheeks. The house is picking up speed, rolling along in a rhythmic canter. I drop to the floor and put my head in my hands. Bubba kneels next to me and wraps her arms around my back. Make what stop? What is it? The house! I yell at her. She sighs. You know I can't do that. It must have been time to move on. But we've only been here 2 weeks. This can't be happening, not now. Benjamin was coming back with his big brown eyes and his easy smile. We were going to go visit town. We were going to be friends. For the first time in my life, I had the courage and the opportunity to break free and explore the world beyond the fence, but now the house is taking it all away. I want to stay here, Bubba, I sob. Oh, Marinka. Bubba bundles me into a hug that both comforts and suffocates. The house is at full gallop now, speeding away from Benjamin. Any chance of friendship I might have had, any chance of exploring that twinkling town by the lake. You know, the house has to keep moving so the living don't find the gate. It's important. But why? I shout, pulling away from her, flushing with anger. Why is it so important? The living all find the gate eventually. They all die. Why does it have to be such a big secret? Why can't we stay somewhere long enough to make friends? I glare at her, my eyes burning. She has to make the house stop, make it turn back. The lamb! I cry. You can keep the lamb, Bubba says gently. We'll have vegetable borscht in the spring. You don't understand. I can't tell her that Benjamin will be back looking for his lamb, but all he'll find is a rocky ledge as empty as my hopes and dreams. I can't tell her how much that hurts. I hate this house. I hate this life. I hear myself shouting the words, watch myself pushing Bubba's hands from me. I prickle with fear because I'm not in control of my emotions or my actions. And as long as I stay in this house, I will never be in control of my life, my future, or my destiny. I run to my bedroom, throw myself onto the bed, and cry myself to sleep as the house gallops on through the night. Oh, that was so good. Oh, I wonder where they're going to go next. Guess we'll have to wait and see.